We all have thoughts about death.
Do you guys ever think about dying?
It's inevitable. But for some reason, we've pushed it to the side and found ways to deal with it indirectly. We try being a good person so we don't die alone. We try eating healthy so we avoid dying. It's so strange how it's one of the few things that everyone, all living things, have in common. But yet, we're not taught how to face it. And I think talking about this topic and thinking about it is healthy. The longer we avoid it, the scarier it gets. Sometimes we dare try sitting with it, but end up getting this daunting feeling of existential dread. But what do we do from there? Do we try understanding it, or do we just give up and continue to push it in the corner? I've tinkered with this idea for quite some time, and I've discovered some mental models that have helped me with understanding and navigating the idea of existentialism. And if we haven't met, don't worry. I know this is a really heavy topic, but I'm extremely happy and grateful for where I am right now. And funny enough, this topic is actually a huge testament to that. And if I had to sum up this entire video, all the years I managed my anxiety, my questions, how I handled my grief, I would describe it all in one word: story. It's story that gives our life meaning. It's what drives us. It's what connects us. It's what shrinks, expands, creates, and ruins us. And that's it. That's the whole video. But if you had any interest in feeling better about existentialism, like you did when you initially clicked this video, you would stay. And to that, I would say you're insanely and provocatively human. Chapter 2. We're all walking each other home. Life is a unique experience. We constantly ask ourselves what it means to live. One of the most difficult things for us silly humans to do is release control. We want to steer our lives in the directions we believe they should go, but we can't predict the future. And that's okay. It's good to be curious about why we're here and what the point is, but life is also curious about who we are. It throws obstacles and hurdles at us. Life creates a story out of us, and we're all actors in our own movies. And just like in a traditional movie, we know it's going to end. And even if we know the ending, we're excited to be moved by the story. We need to begin casting ourselves as the protagonist, navigating challenges, overcoming obstacles, and seeking resolution. This perspective allows us to experience a sense of control and agency, even in the face of inevitable uncertainties and mortality. In the words of Donald Miller, one of the greatest tragedies a person can experience is to feel dispassionate about their own life. And the best way to overcome that is accepting their own legacy. If we trust fate to write and film and cast our movies, it feels empty, meaningless. There's no plot or direction. But if we decide how to write the script, what big scenes to film, and who are gonna play the main characters, the surcharge of meaning gives the story life. If you choose existential nihilism to get by, you're going to want proof life has meaning before being willing to experience that meaning. And you're going to be sitting around waiting on absolutely nothing. And meaning is something you only experience when in motion. Meaning needs momentum. And that doesn't mean trying to understand meaning itself. Trying to understand or trying to study meaning isn't necessarily a waste of time, but the only person who's going to be able to initiate that momentum is you. The same way you can't study love to actually fall in love. You have to be courageous enough to accept all the silly obstacles that life presents you and move forward. and take them and create a story out of them. Your story matters. Storytelling is how we shape our lives. Stories give us permission to create narratives that give our lives meaning and purpose, and stories can inspire hope and resilience and a shared understanding of what it means to be human. They remind us that we're not alone in our struggles and that our experiences are part of a larger, interconnected tapestry of human experience. One of the most remarkable aspects of story is their power to foster empathy and bridge gaps between individuals by authentically living a story and sharing them. Invites others into our world and gives them a glimpse into our inner thoughts and emotions. And this sharing of experiences and emotion creates a sense of connection. While the inevitability of mortality is a universal truth, stories offer us a way to transcend this limitation. Through the narratives we create and the legacies we leave behind, we can continue to influence and impact the world when we're gone. Basically, what I'm trying to say, the magic of storytelling lies in its ability to help us navigate the complexities of life, find meaning in our experiences, and connect with others on a profound level. And while our individual stories may come to an end, the narratives we create and share can live on, offering comfort, inspiration, and a sense of connection to those who come after us. Okay, so cool. How do we find meaning? How do we find story? If you ask anybody, they'll probably tell you a multitude of things. And you yourself may have your own answers, but I'll tell you a few starting points. Viktor Frankl's antidote for creating a life of meaning boils down to 3 points. 1, perform a deed. 2, experience something or encounter someone that you find captivating, that pulls you out of yourself. 3, have an optimistic attitude toward the inevitable challenges and suffering you will experience in life. One of my favorite books, The Science of Storytelling, begins the book by saying, "We know how this ends. You're gonna die, so will everyone you love, and the world will explode." But that's not how we choose to live our lives. The cure for this horror are the stories we choose to create, day after day. Our brain makes us feel as if we're the moral heroes at the center of the unfolding plots in our lives. We accept and reject facts on the basis of how they influence the stories we tell ourselves. The magic of story is its ability to connect mind with mind. That's unrivaled even by love. On a macro level, we're living on a ticking time bomb. But story's gift to us is the hope that we might not be so alone after all.